Good morning, everyone. This is Michael at FOUCH FABS. So when I got in for my install last night, I went home and the wife told me one of my builders, H&A Carpet, had stopped by with a kind of a weird job. So my question is, you know, if you own a company, what would you charge to do something like this? And I also wanted to show, a lot of people don't realize how much work and effort goes into something like this. So this is what the customer wants. This knee wall cap area here. They have existing granite, which is this here, and they can't find any to match it, which I've never seen this color before either. So they've got these two cutting boards / Lazy Susans, and they want me to cut them up, seam them together, put profiles on them, and then take them out. But people don't realize they want a pencil edge, small round corners. Template is exact. Alright, so you've got this template here, you've got the little titty there. So what's going to happen, this is going to have to be put on the saw. Alright, I've already took my whiteout pen and traced it here. So I'm going to cut that out like this. Alright, I'm going to have to put a square on here, and I have to make a square cut across here. Alright, then for this top part here, I've got to put this on here, lay it out just like that, and I got to cut it, and I've got to put a square cut down here somewhere so that I can seam it to this. Okay, after I cut it, I got to take it in here to the shop, back cut it, clamp a straight edge to it, run the seam phantom on it. Then I got to find a total 100% flat surface, put it on there, put levels, make sure it's perfectly level. I'm not going to be able to put a Gorilla Grip on it because this piece over here is going to be too small, and then I'm going to seam it together, but I need it pressed tight so that it gets a good bond and stays together. Okay, after that I'm going to have a seam up here, and then my two edges where it's seamed together are going to be rough. So I'm going to have to polish them. Polish both sides of that. Alright. Then I'm going to have to make my little notch here, clean it and seal it. So you're looking at least an hour or so's work. Maybe more. It's just a lot of labor. But to most people that want something like this done, they're just like, here's a couple pieces. Cut it, fab it, do it. And you know, I'm not saying that's how H&A is. They've been with us since the beginning. They're great. I like having them as a builder that we do work for. Never have any trouble with them paying. They always leave us there and let us do our work. I mean, I couldn't ask for anything better from a builder. They're awesome. Tommy's great. But you know, not everybody's like them. So I just want to show others how much effort it takes, and just, you know, he's a builder of mine, so I don't want to overcharge him for something like this, but at the same time I don't want to hurt the company or myself. So I'm just wondering what people would think that they should charge for something like this. So I will film throughout, just kind of let you see where we're at and what's going on, and show you how it turns out. And we'll just go from there. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Anybody that's new to the channel, please subscribe. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers. So I'll see you here in a bit. Alright, so I went ahead and laid these out. The saw's full. I'm going to go ahead and make my line here that I forgot to cover up. got my blade set up. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready and start cutting. So I got it cut. I don't know, maybe it took me 5-10 minutes, something like that. See, one here still connected here just a bit. I'll have to pop that out, but for the most part I got it cut. Alright guys, I've spent the last probably 30 minutes doing this, I don't know, I guess detail cutting, you know, trying to get everything more exact. So, see, I've got something like that. You can see I've left a little bit on the outside here. That's for when I polish it, so that I don't lose it, and it'll be the exact size of this template that they sent me. If I would have cut it exact to that, and then once I polished it, it would have been smaller. You can see the pieces I've cut off laying on the ground here. So, I've also back cut where this goes together. Same on this side over here. So now I've got to go over here and get it polished, get it seamed together and all that, do some more detail stuff. So I'm probably spent 40 minutes on it so far. Alright, so as you can see, it's not perfectly square here. So when I put this together, I've got a gap here. So I've got to fix that so this seam's nice and tight. So, you know, all this stuff takes time. People don't realize how much time and effort it takes. I mean, you can cut it, slap it together, and send out something that looks like pterodactyl turds. But to make something look nice and good, you got to take the time and do it right. Alright guys, I probably spent another minute, 30 minutes touching up the seam, getting it nice and clean and straight. I'm gonna mix my epoxy, some black with a little bit of brown. And I leveled it up and put it together. When you think you got a flat piece, you just push it together. That's not the case. I had to get some pieces of paper and put it under one side so that I could get it perfectly level. And then I pushed it together as tight as I could. And now I'm going to leave it here and let it dry. And hopefully it'll stay together. And I'm going to polish it and all that. But I'm probably an hour and 15 minutes into it. Maybe an hour and a half. Probably about an hour and a half. It's 11:39 right now. I've been working on it pretty much all morning. Alright guys, I just polished everything. For those of you that don't know, these are the pads I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is quartz. It's actually not granite. I discovered that when fabbing it and polishing it. But so I had to do this area here and this front here, and then spin it and do this area here around to there. Now I've got to clean it off, clean the seam off better, seal it, double check my measurements and all that. Right now it is 12:38 right now. I've been working on this all day, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it cleaned up and finished, and I'll show you guys what we're working with. Alright guys, this thing is finished. It's now 12:45. I still got to clean it up and seal it, but it's done. It matches well. You can see the seam turned out pretty good. So there it is. I figure I got about 2 to 2.5 hours constant labor in it. Okay, I brought it in here in the showroom so that the girls can QC it before sending it out. I think it turned out good. I think it's about perfect. So, you know, this ain't no huge job. It's, you know, nothing crazy fancy or anything like that, but you know, the reason I made this video, and you know, I asked you in the beginning what you think something like this should cost. I have people all the time, you know, bring pieces in and want me to glue them together or make them into something else, and you know, they expect you to just whip that together and do it for nothing, because you know, they're bringing you the pieces. What people don't understand is, you know, it's not just the material that costs money. You got the tools you have to use to, you know, create the piece. On this one, I used a Makita grinder, a 5-inch blade, extension cord. Then I used a quick 6 polisher, hard backer pad, 6-step Viper Elite pads. I also used razor blades. I used a 2-part epoxy with the color pigment. So you know, that's a lot of tools and equipment. I used a cart to put it on, another piece of stone to get it level. And then something that nobody thinks about that you're paying for. You know, I've got 19 years under my belt of working with granite, quartz, and marble. So, you know, how much is that experience worth? I mean, you know, take these pieces over to your neighbor who has no tools, no experience, and be like, here, can you cut these 2 pieces down and make me this piece here? And you know, even if they can round up a grinder and a blade, imagine what it's going to look like. So, you know, take that into consideration when you're thinking what something like this should cost. You know, also overhead of a building, wear and tear on your tools and blades. I've got 2 to 2.5 hours in this piece. It might look like a nothing piece, you know, but like I said, I've got 2 to 2.5 hours labor, all the use of the tools, and then my experience to put it all together, polish it, and make it look good. It would have been so much easier and cheaper to find a remnant outside and just bring it in and cut it and polish it. But they needed this color to match. So anyway, just understand how much work and effort goes into these things, guys. I appreciate you watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Like I said, we're trying to get to 1,000. We got about 740 right now. And I'll see you guys on the next one.